안녕하세요, Nifties. Nitori Nicole 어서 오세요. I am Nicole, and we are a crafting community. So grab your work in progress, also known as a whip, and let's get started on our 10-minute crafting break. Today I am drinking banana matcha latte. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, you can't kind of see it. It used to be like a little bit creamier here, and then it had like 3 layers, but oh, here you can kind of see it here. But when I walked upstairs from my parking space, it kind of got mixed up. So it is better to mix it, I think, when you drink it. But I wanted to let you see it because you can kind of see it. Look at it mix. Isn't it gorgeous? This is like totally my color. Okay, well, purple is my color, but this is clearly the complement. Look how pretty my purple and this green look. So banana is kind of been, maybe within the last year, a flavor that's really taken off. Today I am working on block 7 of the Annie's crochet kit pattern. I am right here, we're gonna single crochet and then double crochet. So you didn't see me start this one because I started this square or this block on the airplane on the way back. And so here's the story that I wanted to tell you. So my son is just old enough that we can still have priority family seating or whatever, because Southwest, we flew on Southwest. And so if you aren't familiar with Southwest Airlines, and I think actually they're doing away with this, but one characteristic of Southwest Airlines that I've actually always enjoyed is that they line you up, and then once you're lined up in your order, you can choose the seat that you want. And so even when I was a single woman, way back in the days when I used to travel a lot, I would love this because you can avoid like creepy men by choosing your own seat. And I would often choose to sit next to, okay, so I feel like I've messed this up. I knew I kind of messed this up. Let me see if I can fix it. Maybe I messed up. Oh, no. Oh my goodness gracious. So here, 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 here. Somehow here I have an extra. And I'm not sure why. I've done this like 3 times. Okay, I'm going to have to undo it. I'm going to undo it to 9. Okay, so here's 11. Okay, and now I'm going to undo all of 10. I feel like my error is around here. So annoying. And then here's like the 9. So annoying and so sad. Okay, I feel like it's around here somewhere. Yeah, because this looks pretty even. Okay, so here we've done good, and then we skip a stitch. Good, and we do 1 single and then a double. Okay, I couldn't see exactly where the arrow was, but I knew there was one. And in fact, I've already done this row 10. I've done it twice already because I found that I knew there was an error, but I thought I had fixed it. But that's okay. We're going to fix it today. At any rate, so my son is just at the age that on the trip from Hawaii, because I think it's like a longer flight, they let us do family boarding. And that's really good because they let you check in 24 hours in advance, and I had the app. And so our flight was at 8:15 on Tuesday. And so 8:15 on Monday, I had even set a timer. I checked in because if you check in, that's when you get your boarding, your order that you can like walk onto the plane and choose your seat. So I checked in right away, and I figured it would be faster with the app. So I checked myself in, And then I checked my son in, and normally you get not an A, it goes A, B, C. So not an A because they make you pay for the A because they want you, of course, to pay more. But usually get like a B1 or B2, B10, someplace early in the Bs. But I got all the way at B52. And that was like exactly 24 hours. And then I put my son's in, and then he got like B65 or something. So I even had prepped him because he is old enough, that he could sit by himself, but he doesn't like that. Anyway, so I prepped him. I was like, hey, buddy, there's a chance that we won't be able to sit next to each other. I did think, because sometimes this happens, that someone might agree to move a little bit, especially because people don't pay for their own seat specifically. I thought maybe someone might consider giving us a space, but I've read all of those AITA posts about how people just expect people to give up their seat or whatever. Okay, good. Let me end with a single, so that looks good. Okay, this seems all right. Okay, now I'm on row 10, and as you can see, I use my little counter here. So I, just to prep him, because I hadn't paid for the extra, I just said, it's possible that this might happen. And he was not happy, but he was okay with it because he is a little bit older. So, but they let us do priority with the families, which is right after all of the A's. So he likes to sit in the very back row of the airplane because he feels like it's quieter there, and he doesn't like, if other people are annoying. And I get him. So he likes to sit in the back of the airplane, back row, in the corner, because of course I give him the window because I'm a nice mom. And so he chose a seat, and even though I had this bag that was so heavy, and I don't know why I didn't bring the rolly suitcase, but I carried the bag anyway. And so, but we did it all. I walked all the way to the back, and I was sitting there, and no one sat next to us. And so in the row of 3, it was just me and my son. And then they were saying, now they're starting to board everyone else, and they're saying like, put your carry-on in any open space, and the plane's all full, there's no empty seats, so grab the first seat. And still no one has sat next to us. And I don't know if it's because I have cooties or what, but no one wants to sit next to us. And it could just honestly be that we were in the back of the airplane. Anyway, so then right about they're like, okay, everyone's on, grab your seat, hurry up so we can be on time. And then there's a man who is sitting. So here's our row, and then this row is not even, it's kind of staggered. So the man that's sitting in this seat, and so here's something interesting. These 3 seats, because here's our row, and these 3 seats, there was a man that was here, an older man, and then a woman that was here, and she was, and I found this out because I was listening, because I'm like that. She was like, either worked for the airplanes or something like that, and then they got some kind of discount, but she had to sit in the jump seat, which is like these little fold down seats that are in the back where all the stuff is. And so over the intercom, someone said, those of you that have jump seat tickets have to sit in the jump seat. So then because of that, so the man, which was her partner, her husband, whoever, and then this was her, but then she had to go to the jump seat. And then this man, he all of a sudden gets up and he looks at me and he says, hey, is this seat taken? And I look at him, and this man is gorgeous. And this man already knows he's gorgeous. And remember that we're coming from Hawaii. So he looks just like a Polynesian prince. I can't describe him. My words cannot do justice. Just gorgeous, thick and strong but sweet looking. And so I look at him and I was like, no, not at all. Please sit down. And so I don't really think much of it because My guess is that he is maybe 20 years younger than me. And so we sit there, and my son's sitting right there, and we have the flight, and he just keeps talking to me, and he chats me up. And I mean, ultimately though, I think he's just being like nice. But he shows me like videos from his phone. He tells me, okay, I'm on 11. This seemed to work out just right. I don't know if I was like more stressed out on the airplane. Maybe it'll kind of even out. Do you see how this row looks kind of different than this row? Maybe it'll even out when I do the next row. Okay, anyway. He shows me he was on Oahu. He was there doing like a celebration of life for his aunt. So he shows me this beautiful video of her like ocean ceremony where I think they spread the ashes, and I didn't see exactly that part, but they're in a canoe and they spread all of these beautiful plumeria flowers, at least 200, into the ocean. And so maybe, I'm assuming they probably spread the ashes as well, and they're out pretty far. So even though he has a big family and they all gathered for that, for the celebration, not everyone could go out in the canoe, because probably maybe 5 people went in the canoe. And so, okay, so this is where I messed up again. It's like, in the same spot. Dang. Okay, so here is a single. I'm gonna go here, 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 here. So here's the skip. I guess it's okay. I guess I'm supposed to go right here, but I don't know why this one looks funny. Okay, if anyone knows, then feel free to chime in, because you can see I'm not afraid to frog it. No, it should be right here. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. Okay, so let me mark them out again. Okay, so this is going to be the last one. This is clearly here, 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 here. I mean, it seems right. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Because I skip one and then a single. And then a double. Anyway, it was the ceremony was so beautiful. Honestly, it brought me to tears. It was like breathtakingly beautiful. And then he showed me other videos of his family, and in some of the stuff that I had seen too, like while I was on the island. And he lives not in Waikiki. He lives like more north, I guess, kind of. It's like northeast. And then you remember that I stayed at that beautiful Airbnb on the east shore. So like we had, stuff to talk about. Told me about his job. Told me about like his travels. His upcoming travel plans. Like we talked a lot. Mostly it was him talking, but he did ask me, about like, if I was going to work tomorrow, just, stuff like that, chit chat. And then he slept. And this man, besides being gorgeous, was just so like kind of comforting. Something about his presence was very comforting. And so he fell asleep while he was watching a movie, and I just wanted to like lean over and fall asleep on him. But I didn't, because he's a stranger. And so I knit like crazy and watched a really good Korean drama. And that drama is called When Life Gives You Tangerines. And so I had downloaded it, which is good because, sometimes you don't have internet or whatever. And so I'm glad that I did that, and I'm glad that I did not fall asleep on him. At any rate, we exchanged Instagram, because I guess that's what you do now. and I'm gonna be looking out for his videos. He's posted several other videos. Some of them were, one of them was in the airport, and like I guess the airport's probably not that big, but I also posted pictures of the airport on my personal Instagram, and they're literally some of the same things. And I don't know if it's because that's just what is beautiful at the airport, but I think it was interesting that we would both be like seeing the same things. At any rate, I think, oh my gosh, I didn't set a timer. I told you such a long story. But that's my story, and as you know, I'm a solo mom, and that takes up all my time. And then, of course, I started my business, which is, here with you, and we are going to phase 2 very, very soon. I am in implementing stage 2 of my business, phase 2 of my business plan right now as we speak, and I hope to be able to tell you about it. Maybe tomorrow. I'm waiting back for an email, and so because of that, with that and with my job and with my son, I don't get to date, and so this is probably the most excitement that I've had just in a long time, even though clearly nothing is gonna happen because of it. But thank you for listening to my story. I'm gonna link that K-drama. It's really, really good. It's all about the women in Jeju Island, the divers. It's not about that, but it really focuses on that, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It talks about like a strong woman, and love, and just family and sacrifice, and just all of those things. And that's kind of how life is. That's how my life is. Those are themes in my life. And so I really love it. So I am definitely going to link that for you. If you are in my area, I hope that you'll be able to go to the Trungli, it's called Trungli Legend or something like that, and get your banana matcha. And I will see you tomorrow. 안녕히 계세요.